Before this show, this live stream really does start, the absolute first thing I need to speak about and Braden needs to speak about is Mr. Damar Hamlin, who suffered a cardiac arrest on the footy field yesterday in a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. He was playing for his Buffalo Bills, and an unfortunate moment happened with T. Higgins making his heart stop by accident, of course. And at the moment, the update there is that he is back to 50% strength, lung capacity. He is breathing 50% on his own. He still needs help on the ventilators. But this has rocked the entire NFL universe. It's even reaching out to other different codes as well. I am treating this, or I'm trying to treat this with the utmost care, sensitivity, and respect, because there are a lot of other content creators that have chosen not to even release a video today. But the man that you see before you, my teammate, my co-host here tonight, Braden, we've been speaking for a little while now, and we wanted to do something this evening. So we know the sensitivity and the caution that is headed for us, but I trust the man beside me, and he trusts me. So I send my prayers and I send all my best energies towards Mr. Hamlin and his family. He'll pull through, mate. He'll pull through. And also, I need to just show, before I get Braden to say his piece, I need to show that Mr. Hamlin has created he works for charities, a toy drive in the community, and since last night, or since yesterday, he's hit the charity has raised over $5.5 million, and it was only at about 12,000 yesterday afternoon. So the link to his charity is in the description box below if you'd like to support him. So Braden, yeah, man, I'll just get you to have your piece, bro.
No, I just want to say my heart and prayer to Damar Hamlin and his family, the Buffalo Bill organization, his teammate, his brother, and also to T. Higgins. He might be going through a lot right now, and it was just a normal tackle, so don't go blaming T. Higgins. He did nothing wrong. But yeah, my heart and prayer to Damar Hamlin.
Very well done, Braden. And just before I hit that intro, we're going to talk about this week of the NFL, the last regular season round, and we're going to treat it as the standings are currently. So Kansas City are currently seed number 1 in the AFC, Buffalo 2, and Cincinnati 3, and that's how we're going to preview this week in the NFL. But overall, the results don't matter. His health does come first and foremost, and we wish him absolutely all the best. And we'll see him soon. We'll see him soon. So let's hit that intro and let's have some fun and talk about one of the best sports on the planet, NFL Gridiron. Howdy everyone, it's Sam. I hope you're doing really well. If you're new around here, I hope I can get you to consider liking the content and subscribing to the channel. And if you are a regular around these here parts, thank you very much for the continuous support. Yes, there is only one more week to go before the playoffs, and to help me preview a really interesting week ahead is Braden, a fellow Seahawks supporter. Thank goodness I got some backup with me once again this season. Fair income. Braden, bro, how you doing, man?
Yeah, not too bad. Considering everything that has been happening in the NFL the past 24 hours.
A lot is putting it lightly. And to go into the chat just very, very quickly, Mr. Brody Thomas Craig, go Pack, go. Oh man, you are the Achilles heel in all of this situation as far as the NFC goes, aren't you, mate? And the TJC Sports, howdy man. Lachlan Smith, how you doing, dude? Dallas Cowboys, don't you guys have some you got something to look forward to this week as well. And pray for Damar Hamlin. Indeed. And once again, link to his charity is in the description box below. Hope you can go support him as well. Let's not waste any freaking time here, Braden. Let's get into the Saturday night fixtures or Sunday morning fixtures, as it were, here in Australia. Starting off with the Las Vegas Raiders hosting the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Chiefs are $1.24 favorites to the Las Vegas Raiders, $4.10 outsiders. Braden, my man, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs head coach, are you resting players this weekend, or are you going full strength to try and win that number one seed, bro, against Las Vegas Raiders?
I'm going full head. I'm playing all my starters and trying to get the number one seed to get it through Arrowhead.
Nice. All right. So, and by that, so would you say that the Kansas City? So, are you going to be tipping the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend, or do the Raiders have a bit of a sniff?
No, I'm tipping the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right then. Well, I'm gonna go Kansas City Chiefs to win this one by 13 plus. I don't think it'll be by 30 points, but I think it'll be a nice, comfortable win for the Kansas City Chiefs. And once more, if they win this game, they are going to be the number one seed, and they'll have the week off next week. But I guess there is just too much to play for to have a couple of players sitting out on the sidelines like a Travis Kelce or a Patrick Mahomes, as it were. And then we move into the primetime game on Saturday night, or later on in the morning on Sunday here in Australia. The Jacksonville Jaguars are hosting the Tennessee Titans. The Jaguars are $1.35 favorites. The Titans are $3.22 outsiders. Braden, mate, what's your summarization? What's your opinion on this game, bro?
My opinion is Tennessee is done. They don't have any offense other than Derrick Henry, and he currently looking like he injured his hip. So I'm counting on Jacksonville to win the AFC South and make the playoff.
What a remarkable story the Jacksonville Jaguars are. I had no idea, by the way, that Derrick Henry was out for this game as well. So thank you for that, Braden. Bro, Jacksonville Jaguars were on
He might not be out.
Or might not be out, sorry. But yeah, this is a remarkable story about the Jacksonville Jaguars. And even if they lose this game against the Tennessee Titans somehow, some way, their playoff hopes are not dead and buried. They do need to rely on the New England Patriots, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Miami Dolphins to drop all their games. And if those three teams drop all of their games, and even if Jacksonville do lose this game against Tennessee, Jacksonville go into the playoffs as the number 7 seed. So, and of course, if just one of those other three teams do win their one game, their season is over. So Jacksonville, they've got their own destiny in their own hands, don't they? So I'm going to tip the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this one 1-12 or 1-13. And they're going to clinch the AFC South title, which is just insane, bro. And just to confirm, how much do you reckon Jacksonville will win this game by, Braden?
I reckon 1-13.
And then we're going to move on to the next game. And this one, oh my goodness, from Lucas Oil Stadium, Braden, the Indianapolis Colts are hosting the Houston Texans, the very first game to start off Monday morning football here in Australia. The Indianapolis Colts are coming into the game as favorites at $1.64. The Texans are $2.26 outsiders. Braden, mate, what do you reckon about this one?
Well, I will not be watching this game. Can tell you not much, but I reckon Houston's gonna pull up the upset according to the bookmaker, and I reckon Houston will end the year with a W.
I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you, Braden. And at $2.26, I thought maybe it'd be a little bit closer in the prices than that. I'm going to go the Houston Texans, man. I think while they got smashed 31-3 last weekend, I don't know, bro. I just get a better vibe. I get a better vibe from the Houston Texans in comparison to the Indianapolis Colts. So I'm going to go Houston Texans 1-12. You're going to go Houston Texans 1-12?
Yeah.
All right, then. Let's move on to the next contest. And what have we got here? This is a massive, massive game now. And we've got the Buffalo Bills hosting the New England Patriots, a rivalry game. And the Buffalo Bills, as it stands at the moment, just sifting through my details here, it doesn't look like that there's any information, but you'd say that the Buffalo Bills are heavy favorites. And I reckon the New England Patriots would be sitting at about $4 come kickoff in this game. For the New England Patriots, it's very simple. If the New England Patriots win this game, they are in. No team can do anything about it. For the Buffalo Bills, they are fighting for a number one seed in the AFC conference. And look, not to touch on it any more further, Braden, but after what happened yesterday, you reckon that they're going to come out firing? I think the Buffalo Bills are going to absolutely flatten the New England Patriots this weekend and win by 13 plus.
Yeah, at the same opinion that you. Buffalo is going to come out hard and proud and play for their fallen brother. And New England don't stand a chance here. I can see Buffalo winning by 28 plus. Jack really hammering down.
Oh, we've got electrical dust that's going just a much closer game, going 24-20 for the Buffalo Bills. And then we've got Mr. Brody Thomas Craig going 13 plus as well. But I think we're all in unison. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to win this game handsomely. And unless if Kansas City Chiefs lose, that means that the Buffalo Bills will probably take out the number 2 seed at this point in time. Going on to the next contest now, we have got the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Falcons are $1.46 favorites. I can't believe that, Braden. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are $2.73 outsiders. Is that simply because you reckon that the Buccaneers are going to be resting players this weekend? Or I don't know, man. Why do you reckon the Falcons are so heavily favored in this match?
I can only think of because they're playing in Atlanta.
So you're gonna have to say that again, man. Sorry, what did you say?
I can only think of because they playing in Atlanta, and Atlanta have nothing to play for, so there might want to be a bit of pride.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly does factor into it, but to be that heavily favored against Tom Brady's Buccaneers, the question does remain: will they be resting? Will Tom Brady take a rest? Will Mike Evans take a rest this weekend in order to be fit and firing to host a playoff game next weekend? Tampa Bay are in. They did clinch the division last weekend. But yeah, the Falcons, look, while they might not be playing for anything, Braden, I do think that they've played with a lot of pride this season, bro. I don't think anybody can discount the effort of the Atlanta Falcons this year, especially considering so many circles had them circled in as wooden spoon favorites as well, Braden. So who are you tipping in this contest, Braden?
Yeah.
Who are you going to tip, Falcons or Buccaneers, man?
I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 1-13.
Yeah, look at what is it? It's $2.73, and there are whispers that maybe Tom Brady will play, and they feel like that they need to be out there to clean their game up more, make their game more crisp. I think at $2.76 and a potential full strength Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a fair bit to play for, not so far as standings, but more morale boosting. I think Tampa Bay Buccaneers should win this game, man. But it will be close. It'll be 1-12. Let's go on to the next game now, Braden. And we've got the Miami Dolphins hosting the New York Jets from Hard Rock Stadium. And the Miami Dolphins are $1.85 favorites. The Jets are $1.96 outsiders. For the Miami Dolphins, this is a must-win game. This is their last chance. The Dolphins win, they're not in. They need to rely on New England to lose this game. What do you think what do you think is going to happen in this one, mate?
Well, it depends on it. Teddy Bridgewater. Is Teddy Bridgewater going to play? Is Tua going to play? Or is Salah Thompson going to play?
Just quickly, mate, it sounds like that there's a bit of a crash and bash Dakar rally happening on in the background, man. If I could just get you to maybe try and get that to calm down, that'd be awesome, bro. So I'm gonna tip
no problem.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna get the Miami Dolphins. I'm gonna tip the Miami Dolphins here, but not with a whole lot of confidence. New York Jets, though, look, they lost 23 points to 6, but their defense was still all right. They didn't get completely blown out. So I'm going to go the Miami Dolphins to win this game, but it's going to be close because the Jets defense is going to play with a lot of pride like they have played with a lot of pride all season. What's your tip for this game, mate?
I'm tipping the Miami Dolphins 1-13.
All right, then. Let's go on to the next game, and this one's just for the fans, man. From New Orleans, the Saints are hosting the Carolina Panthers. New Orleans are $1.51 favorites. The Panthers are $2.58 outsiders. These are two teams that I just have not been able to get a wrangle on the entire season, bro. Is that more of the same for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Who's your tip for this game, man?
I'm taking the New Orleans Saints 1-12.
1-12. I'm going to go the Carolina Panthers, bro. They did lose against the Bucks, but that was Tom Brady pulling out some of his magic. I'm going to go the Carolina Panthers, bro. There's not as much pressure on them, and I think that they can beat their divisional rival, bro. Let's move on to the next game. And this one is from Soldier Field. The Chicago Bears are hosting the Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are coming into the game as $1.40 favorites. The Chicago Bears are $2.97 as well, man. What's your opinion on this one?
Well, Chicago have nothing to play for at this point. They're just tanking to try and hopefully get the number one overall pick. And Minnesota, even if they do let Warner started, which I don't think they will because they're trying to get the second seed, I still think Minnesota will win with Justin Jefferson and Kurt Hudson and TJ Hudson, who they acquired from the Detroit Lions, and Adam Thielen. So my money would be on Minnesota to win 13 plus.
I'm going to go a little bit different here, mate. I think the Vikings are going to win this game 1-12. I think they might rest Justin Jefferson, sacrifice him, and then still host a playoff game next weekend. Maybe even Kirk Cousins might get a rest, but I'm going to tip the Vikings, even with not a whole lot of confidence, bro, because Chicago have proven that they can spring an upset or spring a surprise on a few of these teams that are well above them as well this year. So Vikings, I think they should get the game. I think they'll be embarrassed after what happened to them last weekend, losing 41-17 against Green Bay. Vikings had one job, and I think the Vikings can win this one 1-12. Let's go into the next contest. Yes.
And they blew it.
Man. They certainly did, mate. They hurt us. The Pittsburgh Steelers are hosting the Cleveland Browns in the next contest. The Steelers are $1.64 favorites. The Browns are $2.27 outsiders. Do you give the Browns a sniff in this game, mate? Or do you think there's just too much to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers, man?
No, I do not give the Browners hope because they did too much for Pittsburgh, even if they don't make the playoff. Mike Tomlin have never had a losing record as a head coach, and he have that streak to still be alive.
Pittsburgh Steelers, in order to make the playoffs, need to hope that the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins lose this game. And therefore, if they win this contest, they make the playoffs as well, jumping into the number 7 seed, and they'd probably travel to Buffalo or Cincinnati the week after in the playoffs, man. The Cleveland Browns, bro, I think if Deshaun Watson has no more off-field dramas in the off-season, and they can just evolve and have a better game plan, I think there's a good team there that can challenge to make playoffs in 2023 or 2024 playoffs. So I think there's a good team here. I think they'll definitely push them. I think they'll definitely push the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I'm going to go the Steelers to win this game 1-12, man. And
yeah,
let's
I'm
go
up in the same boat as you.
Yeah, man. And then we'll go to Cincinnati, where we see the Bengals hosting the Baltimore Ravens. And looking for the prices here, I don't think I've got the prices here for this one, unfortunately. But you'd probably say that the Bengals are about $1.40 favorites to about $2.70 about the Baltimore Ravens, I'd reckon. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I think the Cincinnati Bengals, with all due respect, they did pretty much have a bye yesterday. They're going to be pretty fresh for this game. And I'm going to tip the Cincinnati Bengals to absolutely pulverize the Baltimore Ravens. But, Braden, I think I'll leave you to talk about what the possibility could be for Baltimore this weekend, mate.
Well, the possibility could be if Lamar Jackson play or not. I don't think he will, personally, because they have already clinched the playoff berth. So I reckon they will leave him out week 18 and have him ready for the wild card game. And with Cincinnati, I reckon T. Higgins might not play to give him a bit more time to recover and get his head together and be with his family. But I have Cincinnati winning by 13 plus.
Yeah, I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to win 13 plus. And to answer Brody's question, mate, I don't think he has been. I haven't seen anything about it, but I don't think he has been. I mean, I know what he did, but I don't think he's going to be suspended for it, man. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. Let me know. You go find out, man, and let me know. So moving on to the next one. This is another bit of a dead rubber game, unfortunately, but it's the San Francisco 49ers hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And San Francisco are $1.10 favorites, and the Arizona Cardinals are $7 outsiders, Braden, man. Is this going to be as cut and dry as we think, or do we think the 49ers going to rest some players? What do you reckon, man?
No, I think it's going to be cut and dry. I'm hoping for an upset, so I really do not like the San Francisco 49ers. They swept the Seahawks 2-0 this year, but I reckon the 49ers will have a dominant win with Brock Purdy.
Yeah, man. San Francisco will win this game. I think it was weird to see them in a high-scoring game like that against the Raiders, against the lowly Raiders as well. I think that was just a bit of a blip on the radar. I'll tip 49ers to win this game by 13 plus, but not an extravagant 13 plus. Is that more of the same for you, man? You're going to tip San Francisco by 13 plus, mate, or you're going to go 1-12?
Yeah, I'm gonna tip the 49ers 13 plus.
13 plus. No worries. Let's go on to the next one. The Denver Broncos are going to be hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. And the Denver Broncos are going to be $2.42 outsiders, and the Los Angeles Chargers are going to be $1.57 favorites in this game. That's a little bit surprising. The Chargers are locked into the playoffs. The Chargers could drop down to number 6 seed, and they could be on their way to they could be on their way to Cincinnati, or they could be on their way to Tennessee or Jacksonville, depending on the result of that contest too. I think they might rest a few players as well, Braden. So I do give Denver Broncos quite a sniff in this game. And of all the potential upsets that might be, I don't know, man. I think I kind of want to tip the Denver Broncos. What's your gut feeling telling you? Hey, Braden, what's your gut feeling telling you about the Chargers and Broncos game? Oh, no.
My gut feeling is Russell Wilson's going to help the Seahawks one more time and deliver a lot to the Denver Broncos to give Seattle a top 3 draft pick in the upcoming draft.
Nice, man. Just to let you know that your screen has frozen, bro, and there is a bit of a delay. I think the dodo bird is trying to hack you, mate, unfortunately. Just wanted to let you know about that. So I'm going to go... yeah, bugger. I'm going to go with the theory that the Chargers going to rest a couple of players. And I'm going to go the Denver Broncos, actually, in a surprise upset. I'm going to go Denver to win this one 1-12, simply based because I think the Chargers are going to rest a few players as well. We're just going to remove Braden from the stream for a bit. Maybe he can come back in half a second or so. I'll add him as soon as I can. Is he there? No. Alrighty. So I'll leave him for a second. Let's move on to the next game. And we've got the Washington Commanders hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Washington are $2.93. Dallas Cowboys are $1.41 favorites as well. And here's the thing. If the Dallas Cowboys win and the Philadelphia Eagles lose, Dallas Cowboys can clinch the number 1 seed and the division, and have the week off next week. But is it too much of a tall order though? Do they rest players and potentially lose this game? Either way, I think they're off to Tampa Bay next week, and I'm going to tip the Dallas Cowboys to win this one in a close one. I think the Commanders will have Taylor Heineke back as well, and I'm going to go Dallas Cowboys the favorites here, unfortunately. Let's move on to the next one. And from Lincoln Financial Field, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles hosting the New York Giants, and the Philly Eagles are $1.11 favorites. The Giants are $6.70 outsiders. Jalen Hurts, all likelihood, not confirmed, but in all likelihood, will return in this game. And that pushes out Gardner Minshew. For the New York Giants, they have secured playoffs for the first time since 2016. So congratulations to them. And I'm going to go the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game because the New York Giants, it's a bit of a nothing game for them. The Giants are going to be resting players, in my opinion, and they have to because their injury list is pretty bad at the moment too. So I'm going to go the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game. 13 plus. I think it'll be a smash up win for the Philadelphia Eagles. And we've gotten towards the end of the show, and my mate Braden, he's done a bit of work on the next team. So I'll just go quickly into the chat. 18-16 Broncos, bit of a weird score. Well, I'm glad someone else is thinking that same way as me, man. I just got a funny feeling about Denver Broncos. And the Cowboys 28-17. Yeah, man. So, look, what I'll do actually, I'll show you what the actual playoff picture looks like. So here we are. So on the AFC side, you've got, this is how the standings are currently. Jacksonville, Cincinnati, and at the moment, Buffalo are all going to be hosting games. And how it looks like, Buffalo are going to be hosting New England, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Jacksonville, the Los Angeles Chargers. That'll be a fun game as it stands at the moment. The NFC side of things, Tampa Bay hosting the Cowboys, Vikings hosting the New York Giants, and those two teams only met in a thriller a couple of weeks ago, and then a rivalry game, an NFC West divisional rivalry game that pits the 49ers up against the Seattle Seahawks. So at the moment, the Seattle Seahawks are going to be playing playoffs, bro. And I wish Braden was here because it is that time to start talking fair dinkum turkey about the Seattle Seahawks. So at the moment, we saw before that the Patriots were in the number 7 slot, and just below them are the Dolphins and the Steelers as well. And as I've described, if the Patriots win, they're in. If the Dolphins win and the Patriots lose, they're in. If the Steelers win and both the Patriots and Dolphins lose, it means the Steelers nab that number 7 seed as well. And then we shift over to the NFC side of things, and there's 3 teams vying for that number 7 slot. Seahawks currently in at number 7, and the Lions and Packers are vying for that opportunity. If Seattle win, it doesn't mean that they're in. It means that they need to rely upon the Detroit Lions to win their contest this weekend. And look, I'm going to have to go ahead without you, unfortunately, Braden, but you come in as soon as possible, mate. So coming in, we've got the Seattle Seahawks hosting the Los Angeles Rams, another NFC Western divisional rival game. We've got the Seahawks as $1.33 favorites. The Rams are $3.37 outsiders. I think the Rams are going to be tricky, but honest to goodness, it's not even a question. Come on, you Seahawks, and I speak for Braden as well. Come on, you bloody Seahawks. You win this game, boys, and then it's the main event, and then it's absolute judgment day. This is the final game of the regular season. We've got the Green Bay Packers hosting the Detroit Lions from Lambeau Field. Green Bay are $1.43 favorites. The Detroit Lions are $2.86 outsiders. What the Detroit Lions need to do, considering the Seahawks are playing a few hours prior to their matchup, if the Detroit Lions learn that the Seahawks have won, it's killed their playoff hopes. They need to completely shut out social media. They need to turn their phones off and tell everyone around them, their family, their friends outside of the inner sanctum, to shut up and don't tell us, because they're going to have to play this game like their lives depended on it. And let alone that, wouldn't they love to make sure that the Green Bay Packers do not play in the playoffs this season because of them? And look, if the Seattle Seahawks do lose this game, I'll be cheering so freaking hard for the Detroit Lions. It's not even funny for them to make the playoffs. But conversely, Green Bay Packers, look, man, it'd be a bit too harsh to say that they don't deserve it, but they've had a really ordinary season, and I just don't think, I don't know, man, they've come from friggin' nowhere. I don't know how they've done it as well, bro. But they probably would have deserved it if they do make it, and they beat the Detroit Lions. In saying that, though, the Detroit Lions did beat the Packers earlier on this year at Ford Field as well. So the Detroit Lions can come into the game with confidence, with a bit of belief, knowing that they can do it. And I'm just trying to talk and rev up the Detroit Lions as best as I can, because Seattle will win this weekend against the Rams, and the Detroit Lions must win for the Seattle Seahawks to play playoffs. So Detroit Lions, as soon as my boys finish playing, I'm chucking anything blue, sky blue I can on to cheer you boys on to make sure that the Green Bay Packers lose this game, because, again, if Seattle win, doesn't mean that they're in. Green Bay Packers win, they will override the Seattle Seahawks, and they will make the playoffs based on strength of schedule. It's not for and against. The Packers would overtake Seattle because of a base off of strength of schedule clause. I really don't know what that means, to be honest with you. But do I think Detroit can win? Yes. Do I think that they're going to win? Oh, man. really don't know who to tip. I really don't know who to tip. Oh man, from a tipping standpoint, I think Green Bay at home are probably going to beat the Detroit Lions, thus ending our season by a hair for the Detroit Lions. But go you boys in blue, man! Come on, get it done for us. So thank you to Braden for joining me for this live stream. Just want to go into the live chat. Seahawks 26-19. That's the spirit, bro. And then we've got Packers will break the Lions' hearts 31-28. That's not the only set of hearts that will be broken if that happens, mate. In overtime, unfortunately, strength of schedule based on the teams that they faced records is criminal. Yeah. Oh man, it's such it's such a bitter taste. It would be such a bitter pill to swallow if the Packers made the playoffs, bro. Especially over my team. I'd just be so salty, man. But dude, Lions hearts would not be the only set of fans' hearts that would be feeling like it'd be broken or driven over by a Mack truck that friggin' night. If that happens, mate, fair dinkum. Well, anyways, Braden, I'm so sorry that you couldn't have your talk and your say about your Seattle Seahawks, bro. But thank you so much for coming in. And giving it a crack and saying, "G'day, you can't choose your season schedule." That's why, yeah, man, yeah, of course. But anyways, guys, we've got the playoffs next week, but we've got the final round coming up this weekend for the NFL. Thank you all very much for joining me. Have a very nice weekend. And again, link to the description. Link for Damar Hamlin's charity is in the description box below. So again, everybody had the best of wishes for Damar Hamlin, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.